Welcome back to my budget drift car. Remember last episode, gave you a little bit of a look around on this thing, but today we're actually going to get into it. We need to find out how bad it is. And one job I'm really kind of just been putting off and I just need to jump into it is the bloody fuel tank. So everything's out of the boot pretty much, just a pile of junk down there. Pretty much is all just junk, not going to use bugger all of it, but gotta get into this thing. Got a pile of tools out here and realised I don't have enough, so I'm gonna go grab a couple more, rip into it. But the reason I'm so worried about this is purely just rust. These tanks rust so bad and I don't want to have to replace it with another one. So here's hoping it's good. I don't care what the fuel pump is in there. I've got another one order from Raceworks, but I want to rip into it now and see how bad it is. Side note though, this bad girl, little Datsun Ute, is all done. She is a ripper, SR20, Autotech engine, and it's good to hit the roads. But let's get into the car that matters. So here's hoping I pull this out. It's going to look beautiful in here. Not a little bit of rust. Basically, I'm aiming for a brand new tank inside here. That's the ultimate aim. Oh, she's never been touched. She's dirty as all hell. Oh, that could have gone really badly. A couple more tools. The fuel lines are still the factory clamps, which is, the fuel line's definitely been off. She's split, so I'll have to replace that. But it's kind of to be expected. That's just the high pressure side. The low pressure side's always good. Chuck some new clamps on there. The fun of these old cars. Come on, off you go. Oh, high pressure side stuck. Gonna replace that hose anyway, so let's just ruin it. Yep, high pressure is off. Low pressure, I don't... Oh, she smells bad. It's like proper varnish there. So that's not a great smell. I didn't even think about the fuel that's going to be in there still. I still got to get rid of that. Wonder if it's flammable. Lawnmower might use it. She's using some pretty shocking fuel at the moment. Oh no, thought they were stuck. Alright. 6-8 mils. And we're good. Actually, before I finish that, I'm going to grab some brake clean, just give that a bit of a spritz. Try and reduce that dust, because I can't be bothered bringing the vacuum out here. Hopefully this does the job. Bit of a waste of brake clean. A rag would be good too. Take 3, got the rag now. Let's get this cleaned up. The last week, definitely spent more than I wanted to on this car. Made the most of all the Black Friday sales, got a lot there, and then just all the little bits I've been missing. Pretty sure I've got everything. Just waiting on the head to come back from the machine shop now. And the clutch to arrive, I think that's the last of it. And I've got to collect the radiator off my friend to keep forgetting about. But yeah, I reckon I've got pretty much everything. Then finished building the motor. Motor's a complete short block now. I realised something I forgot, but that's okay, this one's good. The O-ring. It's got a Walbro in there, and the tank's not rusty. It doesn't smell as bad as I thought it would either. That's a win. That's a bloody win right there. I'll get you guys in there. There we have it. Clean bloody fuel tank. I'm surprised there's clamps and shit down the bottom there. Oh, that's funny. That would have been a bit of a rattle. You guys probably can't see it. I got in the light. So yeah, Walbro, bloody 250, whatever it is, fuel pump, 341, I think they are. I am absolutely wrapped about that. For now, I'm just going to chuck that pump back in the hole just to block it up. Only chuck a couple of little bolts in. But yeah, I am wrapped about that one. I still have to drain the fuel tank, but that's the next job. Well, not the next job, there's about 20 other jobs before that. But for now, just have to wait for the other fuel pump to arrive from Raceworks. Oh, I'm so bloody relieved that fuel tank's not rusty. I was sure it was going to be. This car's just been sitting for that long. Well, now that worry's out of the way, I guess we can move on to some proper jobs. Start getting this bloody thing ready to go back on the road. And to do that, we really need to clean this bay, because it's a bloody pigsty. I don't even want to touch stuff in here till it's clean, to be honest. So I'm going to grab some degreaser, just start going nuts. Got a can here. Just laughing at the Telstra rope that's holding the bloody gearbox in. Should really just take that gearbox out, you know. But let's see. I think I'll go a couple of cans deep. We'll probably get rid of that thing too. That's the Hikus reservoir, and she's just a little bit big actually. In saying that, if anyone's got an RB power steering pump, yell out, non-Hikus, I need one. I just tried to make a Neo one or something fit without the bracket onto the Hikus bracket. Destroyed both pumps. Wrecked them, beyond saving. But yeah, I need a pump. So let's get this thing cleaned up. That way I can rip half of this bay apart. Oh, that bloody alarm siren. I forgot this car had an alarm. Oh, I gotta get a battery too. That sucks. Just get a cheapie. Oh, I might have one. We'll coat this bay. Actually, before the engine comes out, I need to pull this cross member out and move the rack forward a bit. Don't think it matters that it's a Hikus. Nah, it doesn't matter that it's a Hikus rack. Don't think so anyway. Does it? Nah. It's been a while since I played with one of these cars that had Hikus. I don't think it'll matter. But yeah, we'll move the rack forward, probably 30 mil. Looking at that, I'll chuck some new bushes in it while I'm at it as well. So I better order those tonight. Don't want to get solid ones, I'll put some poly in there. Well, I don't think I've got any left. I'll get the bell housing a bit of a squirt. Oh, she's grimy. She is real grimy. Should probably pull that headlight out. This bumper's only just sitting there. Oh, I hit myself straight in the shin. Just a cheapy bloody thing. But it'll get the job done. Those brackets are a little bit flimsy for the intercooler. It's alright, if they line up, I'll use them to make some new ones. Oh, let's make this thing good. Look, I could probably save this car. But the idea of going out on track sounds so much more fun to me than bloody trying to make a couple of dollars. Although I do love money, fun sounds way better. Oh, can's gone. Alright, I'm going to grab another can, just give it a bit more of a spritz, and then we'll grab that pressure washer and see that going. Well, I'm wet. The bay looks a hell of a lot better though. Oh man. Get in there, get in there. What do you reckon? Look at that cross member. I'd say not a spot of dirt on it, but she's still covered in dirt. But it is a hell of a lot better. Just a better working environment. I'm going to let it dry off, and then tomorrow, after I finish work, I'll rip out the engine loom. Probably rip out all the Hikus lines as well. Maybe start... Well, I'll probably mount that fuse box again because I'm not sure why it's loose. I've got all the lids in the bottom side. Maybe they're doing a battery relocation because that's all the power wires there. I'm not sure there. Definitely haven't worked on this car before. I wouldn't leave it like that. And give it a bit of a tape up. Just get it ready, because the battery is going back in there. I don't know what your guys' opinion is, but I prefer the battery in the factory location if you can. Intercooler pipe will go through that. I guess that's a hexagonal hole. She's not round. And yeah, otherwise, no point spending too long on this bait. It's a bloody drift car. I don't need to spend a lifetime making it tidy, because hey, it's going to get bloody destroyed. Well, hopefully not destroyed. But I want to have a good time, and I just don't want to have those worries. So it's been about a week since the last clip, but I've been busy in here getting the engine ready and kind of just working away, to be honest, on customer jobbies. Coming up to Christmas, it's been a bit crazy. Just haven't had time to put my own stuff first, but we got this ready. So here we are. RB20, rebuilt to pretty much stock specs in the bottom end, just new rings, new bearings, cleaned up, bit of a hone. Top end, bottom end, sorry, we got a crank collar on the crank and billet oil pump gears, just so we don't have that problem. Top end, we got ARP head studs, MLS gasket, bit of a trigger kit there from New Zealand Wiring, obviously new water pump, new belt, all that jazz, nothing too special. G25 550 turbo, basically the smallest new turbo I could get, and yeah, she had some clearance issues. You can see there the spacers, waiting for a flange spacer to turn up so I can pull it out, but at the moment I need to mock stuff up so I can build some lines. See there, Raceworks line, started to build them, one water line, one oil line. I got that water line kind of made. It's going to run to the radiator though, because we don't want all that bloody nonsense behind the engine. And then this side here, just got the Franklin Engineering heater hose delete. Honestly hated using their line, but this fitting here, going in there, absolutely killer. Yeah, she's looking ready. A couple of fittings on the block, just so I can run that down to there, and then one of those up to the catch can. That way any of the crankcase pressure can get out. Fittings welded on the rocker cover. Some coil packs in here. This is a little bit of a how you going situation. So all I want to run is Series 2 RB25, just because they've got the old igniter built into them, and they're cheap and easy. If I can find some split fires, I'll chuck them in. Hey, these ones might work. They might be perfectly fine. All we need is to make 250 kilowatt, but we'll see. I don't have much faith in the old eBay red buggers, but my mate had them, so let's give them a go. Better than nothing, and it means I can build the loom off them. And we've still just got just a heap of Raceworks parts chilling over here, ready to go. There was a lot more, but she's all on there already. Right down to a fuel pump, clamps. This is pretty cool. So this is going to go in line with the fuel line, and I'm going to be able to put a fitting in there so I can see the pressure. So air temp sensor, alloy weld on, elbow. But I did click last night that I just had a time crunch. It's basically a week and a half before Christmas, a week till everyone shuts down for a couple of weeks. So as much as this motor is not ready to go in, the motor needs to go in today. Just for mock-up, I haven't done any of the lines in the bay, haven't cleaned any of that up. I'm just going to try and make enough space so I can get this motor in the hole, work out all the intercooler pipes, everything I've got to order, so that the Christmas week I can go nuts. I'll even measure up the loom today. I prepped all that last night, added all my fuse boxes and everything I needed to for that, for the engine loom. So yeah, I'm going to go nuts today, work out what I need to order so you get this thing in. This exhaust pipe as well. Even, where is it? I don't even know where I put it. Up here. There it is, the wastegate. So that's going to sit like somewhere like that. But I need to just put that in the bay, work out what elbow I need to get, because that will just be a steam pipe elbow. Nice and easy. Welded on the exhaust housing, job done. Oh wow. It's going to be a bit of a busy afternoon. It's like 35 degrees. Probably even getting hotter today. So I'll do a bit of a shuffle out the back for some customer cars, my own cars. Get the 32 up on jack stands. And wheel this motor out. Kind of excited to see it in there. Kind of not. because, hey, it's just a lot of work. Actually, I'll bolt these coil packs down because there's no spark plugs in there either. Oh man, just not looking forward to spending more money. Kind of over it, but so damn excited to go driving again. Actually, we had our second mechanical problem on the Ferrari yesterday too. Get in there. See that heater hose there? That one got a crack. She started dripping. Challenging life of Ferrari ownership, I guess. If that's all I've got to fix, it's not too bad. But let's get round, get set up. Next you'll see, I'll be trying to put this bloody motor in, I reckon. Well, I'm absolutely melting, but we had success. She is in. Wow, kind of in. It's a bit of smoke and mirrors at the moment because it's kind of just sitting in there mocked up. The mounts are all loose there. Everything's, like the intake's all sitting on there loose. Absolute smoke and mirrors, but that's okay. The aim of the game now is pretty simple. Just work my way through it and work out what intercooler pipes I'm going to need, what exhaust pipes I'm going to need, drill the hole in the firewall, measure up the loom. I've come to the conclusion as well, looking at everything in here, looking at all the power steering lines, realizing I need to get a power steering pump and bracket. I'm just going to go Astra. It's going to cost me probably the same amount, if not less, by the time I find a pump. And I don't have all the old lines. I'll make new stuff, easy enough. Yeah, right, more work for me, which is an absolute pain in the ass. But it fixes one big issue where this bugger, the cooler pipe wants to go pretty much straight through them here. So yeah, that's a pain in the ass. I've been playing around. I've got a couple of cooler pipes there, one bent here. So I can just kind of work it all out. I say everything's loose there. Get some bloody Nismo 600cc injectors. If anyone knows the dead times on these, let me know, flick it through. All I know is they're low impedance. But yeah, they're old GDR ones. What else do we got? Yeah, everything's kind of ticking away, obviously. Nothing on the front of the engine there. Doesn't matter. Noticed I'm missing the radiator, bloody rubbers down the bottom. So right now, pretty easy. I'm just going to grab a couple of the bits of alloy I've got, go nuts, write down everything I need to build the cooler pipes, work out where the exhaust's going to go and where the wastegate's going to go. Pretty much do everything I can to have it ready without having to put the engine in again. Obviously there's no clutch at the moment, so the engine has to come out. But yeah, measure up all the loom, do all the fun stuff, you know. All that behind the scenes stuff I don't bother showing most of the time because, hey, it's just boring. And then we'll get to that next video, we'll have a fair bit going on. We're going to start putting stuff together, start doing a lot more welding. Probably even do a bit of a drift mods one. Do the cross member forward, build some knuckles, build some LCAs, you know. All that fun stuff. Maybe even weld the diff. I don't even know what diff's in this car. I got the front wheels off at the moment. Little fella's hiding under there from the sun because it's cooking. But yeah, got 33 GDR brakes, which is nice. I actually ordered a front bash bar so that can go on there when that arrives. That way I can mount the cooler. It's starting to come along. It's good. Sorry, I'm just yapping away. Don't really want to work at the moment. It's too hot.